this is how I make my peach cobbler. I'm actually, I've just put a little bit of cinnamon and brown sugar on the peaches. I used 3 cans. I drained 2 cans, and I actually kept a little bit of juice in another can. So now what I'm getting ready to do is use the Duncan Hines Golden Cake Mix, and I'm going to put it through the sifter to make it easier to distribute evenly on top of the peaches. So this is the Dump Cake Peach Cobbler. It's just a lot smoother if you use a sifter like so. And you want to go ahead and just make sure you get all of the cake mix on top of the peaches. And then once you do this, you're going to melt the butter on top of the peaches. You're going to drizzle the butter on top of the peaches pretty much the same way, just because you want to make sure that the cake powder is evenly coated and distributed. You want to make sure that the butter is evenly coated and distributed so there's no lumps. And if you just want to take the spoon and mash all of the dry cake mix on top of the peaches, that'll make it just where you don't waste any. You want to make sure you use 1 complete box per 3 cans of peaches, like so. And then you're just going to spread the cake mix evenly over the peaches. And once you do that, this is where, and you can use any size pan you want. If you use 3 cans of peaches, you're going to use still 1 box of cake mix. Your crush just may be a little bit thinner. So if you use 6 cans of peaches, you just want to make sure that you use maybe 1.5 boxes of cake mix. It's totally up to you. If you're a cooker, you know, just to make sure that you look and see. You just want to completely cover your peaches. So that determines how much crust you have and how it comes out. So, all right, that's good enough. So now what I'll do is take the melted butter, and if you want to make sure it's evenly distributed, it's just best if you pour the butter through the holes to make sure that all of your cake mix is covered, because you don't want those pockets of dry cake mix to come through and then it tastes powdery. So what I'm doing now is just spreading the butter over the cake mix. So what you want to do is make sure that it's covered as much as possible. I use 2 complete full sticks of sweet cream salted butter. If you don't want salted, it's up to you. You don't have to use a salted. That's just what I prefer. But I'm not eating this. It's for a friend. So I'm actually at her house making this for her, because I've made it for her a few times and she loved it. So you can just push this down in here like so. But the key is just to make sure that you don't have any white showing, because it's going to end up dry. So this isn't the spoon. I should have used a different spoon. But anyway, the key is to make sure that it's all covered. You don't want, if you have to take juice from other areas, like, that's fine. You just don't want any white, because then that part is not gonna cook. So butter burns. So butter is the key to the crust. So this is what I'm doing, just because this corner had, and you can get the juice from the corner if you have to. That's just what I always do. Just stick that in there like so. Get the juice. So this is pretty good for the most part. Once that butter starts bubbling in the oven, you should be okay with all of the powder cooking, you know, because it's gonna bubble. It's gonna, like this, the butter produces the crust. So all right, let's see. Get this little corner pocket over here. Yeah, that should cook thoroughly and completely. Don't really have to worry about that so much. You're not gonna eat off the side of the pan. Well, okay. Well, this is how it should look. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and just put this in the oven. I have my oven on 375. If you want to put yours on 350, it just may take a little longer to cook. But yep, just put it on the, you want to move your rack up to the second shelf. If you have your rack on the first shelf, make sure you move it up to the second shelf so it doesn't start burning from the bottom. And you're all done. Thanks for watching.